story started, my spiritual search started when I was 17. I am 39 years old. I'll be 40 in February. And I've been very blessed with a lot of beautiful, very magical experiences in my life. So they started with having a great philosophy teacher in high school that turned out to be a Silva mind control coach. And he started selecting a few of us to go and try to find techniques to study better and become more, and maybe use telepathy and tried to entice us with these magical powers of mind. And I was immediately intrigued and hooked, being that I was always kind of, I seemed like a very social and adaptable person, but in reality I was quite an introvert internally. I didn't find funny a lot of what people found funny in high school, and I was always forcing myself to fit in situations that weren't really a match for me. So when I found philosophy and these ways of exploring mind, I was very fascinated, and that developed into going into all the alchemist, medieval, esoteric Christianism when I was younger. And then I started philosophy, and I did my master's in philosophy and ethics. And academia was wonderful, but it wasn't really giving me the spiritual experience that I was looking for. So I was introduced to Tibetan Buddhism very early on, and was always having my academic and official BA master's world, but I was really getting all my nourishment from Buddhism, Tibetan Buddhism to be specific, and of Tibet, the Mahayana and Tantrayana. And I had the privilege of working with wonderful teachers. Personally, I worked with the Dalai Lama, and I did some with Chogyam Trungpa, and I did with Tai Situ and the Karmapa, and have amazing retreats, and went to Nepal and did very long retreats. And as much as Buddhism really nourished me and filled me with so much wisdom, then I became a mother. And mothering really just blew me away, because it just pressed all my buttons of all the things that I wasn't really taking care of, and released a dissatisfaction and love, this incredible love and this incredible frustration and anger and all these things that Buddhism really wasn't helping me with. I knew that it was that I was attached to my negative feelings and all of this, but no visualization was really helping me become a person who could actually process this experience, this specific experience of being a young mother in a new country. We came to Canada. I'm originally from Mexico City. And we came to Canada in 2003, and I had Sebastian, who was 2 years old. And so I was in a situation where I was very isolated with my I got pregnant right after with my 2 little boys. I have a young one, Julian, they're 10 and 7. And I went to Sanghas, and I had this yearning to find what was going on inside of me. And it wasn't until a friend introduced me to the work that I landed in myself. It gave me the way back home from the back door. How did it do that? With the incredible specificity. So before, with a general thought in Buddhism, like, well, yes, we're all Buddhas and we all had enlightened minds, and there's all this processing. That is a general concept. And with the work, I was able to say, I am angry at myself because I'm not patient with my child, and get very specific with the stories. And I'm disappointed that I get so angry, and I'm disappointed that he is like that, and I don't know how to deal. And all the specificity that the work allowed me to do just opened a huge universe of how I could access myself. And I met Katie, went to the schools and did all the training, and here I am. So the reason I am here is because the work keeps working for me. It keeps me sane. It's a way to still catch me consistently. I no longer blame others or situations, be it a person, a planet, a country, for my state of mind. I take full responsibility for my experience. And even though I can momentarily still blame other people or get angry at them, it doesn't mean that I don't have these emotions. I do. But I pause and I wait, and I first invite myself to look at my mind. And what is it that I am believing in that moment to react this way? I do my work, and out of that comes a very clear course of action to follow. So I share the work and continue to share the work with I shared with my kids. I have a wonderful relationship with my boys and my husband. And I do eventually do the work with them, but first I process it myself, and then I tell them what I found for me. And I don't want them to change. I just tell them what I found for myself first. And if they want to question their own mind, then we go there. And if they don't, it's fine. I can handle it. So what I love about the work is how we can do it ourselves, anytime, anywhere. But what I also and specifically love is the way that it creates community, the way we start being with each other when we have this tool. Innerland is about creating this kind of inquiry that people can come to, and we can be together in this way and share the work. And here in Nelson, for example, what has emerged out of the work and out of doing inquiry together is this beautiful team that you observed yesterday of people. Can you raise your hand, those of us who are in the training group right now? So these people that you see here, except for Lucy, all live in Nelson, and all are friends of the work and are doing a year-long training program with me. And they are doing it to immerse themselves in the work, to apply it in their business, in their lives, in all ways that they see fit. But most of all, I think the benefit that we're finding is that there's this new mind of caring and loving and connecting, where we are supporting each other this way, and not versus the old mind. How would the old mind be? It's about being in each other's business, or about thinking that we need to know every detail of everybody's lives in order to feel that we are connected with one another. We don't. We can come and meet and share our heart and soul in this way and find a new way of being in the world and with ourselves. So I am passionate about people finding this tool for themselves, passionate about that. And this is what brings me here.